Welcome back. In today's video, let's predict the latest plot of Hollyoaks. 1. Hollyoaks spoilers. Grace Black's future confirmed thanks to an unexpected ally. 2. Coronation Street star confirmed to return, and joins Hollyoaks at the same time. 3. Hollyoaks confirms yet another cast exit as Tomi Ade leaves DeMarcus Westwood role. 4. Hollyoaks star Gary Lucy breaks silence on Luke Morgan return, he's back. 1. Hollyoaks fans were left worried sick that Grace Black would disappear from their screens without so much as a goodbye scene, but we can now confirm that this is not the case. It's been a number of weeks since we last saw her, but Grace returns to our screens next week, with the popular character seen in prison as she enlists James Nightingale to represent her. Grace, however, is soon distracted, as James informs her that Cindy has sold the market, which comes as a huge shock to her, with the loft owner urging the lawyer to check in on Cindy's mental health as soon as he returns to the village. James agrees to do so and, what's more, he comes up with quite the plan in the process. In a bid to get her away out of jail quicker, he devises a potential bargaining chip for her. The question is, just what is it? We're keeping tight-lipped on that one, we're afraid, so you'll just have to tune in and find out. Cindy, meanwhile, is actually the subject of much concern during the week in question, as reality starts to slip further away from her after she decided to stop taking her bipolar medication. The entrepreneur is subsequently hospitalized, with Tom promising to be by her side every step of the way, as he berates himself for not realizing how much she was struggling. 2. Coronation Street star confirmed to return, and joins Hollyoaks at the same time. Anthony Crank will reprise his role as Dean Turnbull in Coronation Street soon, but elsewhere, he will also appear in Channel 4's Hollyoaks. The actor revealed that he will be playing a character called Kenneth, who will be involved in a storyline with John Paul. The news of Anthony's role in Hollyoaks comes after it was confirmed that he'd be heading back to the cobbles of Coronation Street. Dean Turnbull was Abby's drug-dealing friend and spent time with her during the aftermath of Kevin learning that Abby had slept with Imran. After speeding off together in a stolen car from the garage, Dean left Abby on a country road, and when she started experiencing pain, she called 999 and revealed that she was in labor and later gave birth to Alfie, Imran's son. As Dean heads back to Weatherfield, viewers will be pleased to know that Abby won't be heading for a rocky few months again, as a different character will be the focus. Dean's back for a limited time, but he's just as dangerous as before, a source told The Sun. He's got history with Abby, but she's not the only addict on the street that Dean knows. Cassie Plummer could be in his orbit too. It's definitely one to watch. Cassie is the secret daughter of Evelyn. We met her at the end of June after she ended up in hospital. Evelyn confronted her daughter and told her there was no way she'd be able to see her son, Tyrone, as he currently believes that she's dead. It resulted in a temporary exit for the beloved character, as she chose to leave Weatherfield with Cassie to try and help her get clean. Though, judging by the fact Dean is returning, that probably isn't going to last long. 3. Hollyoaks confirms yet another cast exit as Tomi Ade leaves DeMarcus Westwood role. The cast changes over at Hollyoaks continue, as DeMarcus Westwood has said his goodbyes to the village. After almost 2 years, and a number of high-profile storylines, Tomi Ade has departed the role. Wanting to make sure he knew how much he means to her, Vicky turned up to say one last goodbye before he departed on his new life to study in America. Felix's emotions overcame him as his son's taxi pulled out of the village, while Mercedes McQueen did her best to support him. Actor Richard Blackwood teased earlier this year in a video to metro.co.uk that there was a major storyline ahead for his alter ego which would be highly emotional and lead him down another dark path. DeMarcus' storylines have included a turbulent relationship with Dad Felix, which saw them become closer over time, and his heartbreak at the death of his sister Celeste. His most prominent and talked about plotline centered around knife crime, as he was accused of attacking and killing policeman Saul. DeMarcus was jailed for some time after the true culprit Joseph attempted to frame him, but justice was finally done. More recently, he has grown close to Vicky, but they since split up when she rejected him. However, in DeMarcus' final scenes, it became clear that all remained well between the pair. With sweeping cast changes continuing, the exit comes off the back of major characters Zara and Damon leaving the show. On top of that, one of the year's biggest soap stories saw Juliet lose her battle with cancer. 4. Hollyoaks star Gary Lucy breaks silence on Luke Morgan return. He's back. Hollyoaks actor Gary Lucy has spoken about his upcoming return in scenes set to air next week. His character Luke Morgan died last year, but will appear as a figment of Cindy's psyche as she suffers a mental health relapse. Speaking to Inside Soap, the actor explained how things go down in a little more detail, stating, "Basically Cindy's kind of in a fantasy world at that time. She's hallucinating, and she sees Luke. She hands him a glass of champagne and says, 'I always knew you'd come back and see me.' Then the camera reveals that it's me, with my big cheesy grin." He added that it didn't take much convincing for him to return for a brief cameo, calling the soap a second home, and the cast and crew his family. When they said, "Do you fancy coming back for a few episodes?" I didn't even say, "Well, how are you going to make that work?" I said, "Of course I will. It will be lovely to see everyone again," he recalled. He jokingly added, "Basically, I just think Steph Waring really missed me. She had been in mourning. Not Cindy, Steph. And she went to the bosses, 'I just can't do it anymore. Unless you bring Gary back.' It just worked out perfectly that I was able to come back, cheer everyone up and reprise the role that gave me my break." Lucy also admitted that he's not sure that the Channel 4 soap should follow in EastEnders' footsteps and reveal that Luke isn't actually dead.
Xin chào các bạn đã quay trở lại UK Soát Spoiler. Vừa rồi các bạn đã theo dõi một sản phẩm của chúng tôi, UK Soát Spoiler, một kênh tin tức chuyên cung cấp cho các bạn những thông tin mới nhất về những bộ phim xà phòng của Vương quốc Anh như eastenders, emmerdale, Corrier và Hollyoaks. Các bạn hãy để lại bình luận bên dưới về những thông tin chúng tôi đã nêu trong video. Hãy like và subscribe để ủng hộ kênh. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn video tiếp theo.